Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be doing this video because I've been putting it off for the longest time, but I also wanted to do it when I'm feeling happy, full and wholesome, so that it can come from a point of neutrality. And the topic today is effective parenting as a single parent. Okay, so especially for moms, because we deal with so much. For those of us who are raising our kids alone, we face so much, and I want to give you my personal tips on what has made me so positive, what has made my parenting effective. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. In fact, I figure things out every single day, but I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna raise my kids differently. I'm gonna raise them positively, and I'm definitely going to be just a better person so we can bring up a better generation. Disclaimer: this video is not meant to attack or go against somebody. Gosh, I always forget and I look up there instead of the camera. But it's just meant to be educative. These are questions I receive each and every other day from different parents, especially single moms who haven't figured it out, who are still struggling with the fact that it's not that easy. It really is not that easy. If anything, I'm a firm believer that a child should be brought up by as many people as possible, not just the two parents, because there can be two parents, but they're not getting full effective parenting. I believe in uncles, aunties, I believe in grandparents, I believe in amazing mentors around our kids. And so I'm gonna just tell you how I changed my perspective into parenting when I learned a bunch of these things. So I'm recording this because just recently we celebrated Mother's Day, and we're about to celebrate Father's Day. By the way, I'm gonna bring my dad up next. The next video that goes up will be of me and my dad, and I'm gonna ask him a few questions about his own experiences as a father, as an older man, and if he can give us tips on how to parent, whether he's a very present father figure to my kids. And I'm very, very grateful, and I'm going to tell you all about it. All right, so I made notes, obviously, because I didn't want to be all over the place. Sometimes I know how my mind goes, like all over the place. And I'm going to start with the first tip. Okay, so this is making peace with a situation. If you find yourself parenting alone, you need to quickly resolve feelings of despise, feelings of anger, feelings of bitterness, feelings of, all those emotions that fly through. I know it's not as easy as I may make it sound. In fact, I know it's a very, very, very difficult situation, almost impossible. But trust me, the minute you allow yourself to go through the grieving process and just accept the fact that it has happened, please remember, I'm not saying be strong, don't think, don't I'm not those people who are like, it's not the first one this is happening to. And by the way, social media people are very notorious for castigating especially single moms, because they feel entitled to how the moms should process this loss, or even dads in that case. I think it's very unfair to think that way, but allow a parent to just process it and finally just make peace with the situation. Remember, if you ever find yourself with a child, whether you got that child in the perfect situation, a perfect situation would look like this to me. You meet the love of your life. Oh my God, you get married. You decide to have a child. You have the child. You're financially able. Everything is going on for you. Trust me, there's always a possibility that one of the parents can not be in this kid's life because of one reason or another. So there'll always be that chance, and so you have to really, really compose yourself, lower your expectations, prepare yourself, because I really think a very small percentage of people go into parenting thinking that they're gonna raise their kids alone. Of course, there's a percentage that prefer that. There's a percentage that has made that decision. I'm gonna get my kid, I'm going to adopt my kid, and I'm going to raise them alone. And that's perfectly okay. But in this case, I'm talking about a possibility that you have come together, and yes, there's always a chance, even the slimmest of chances, that you can find yourself raising a child alone, whether it's through breakup, divorce, God forbid, death, and so many other factors, even insanity, imprisonment. There could be a bunch of things that can lead a person there. And this is my also chance to urge the society to be just kind to moms, be kind to dads who are raising their kids on their own. Trust me, if you ask them what their wish would be, they'd want to raise those kids with both parents. Yeah, and those cases are very many. There could be abuse as well, whereby you find even both parents being together is detrimental to these kids, well-being. And sometimes, being all by yourself will be the better option. Okay, I'll try move very fast because it is a spoken vlog, so I don't want to be too boring. Your support system matters a lot, whether it's your mother, father, uncles, aunties, siblings, friends. Just take full advantage of your support system, school, church, and sometimes you gotta look for the support system. Personally, I've been very blessed to have a very, very amazing support system, let alone my family, my friends as well. They've been there for me, and there's some who even we are not in the same journey, but they were there for me in the biggest way possible. And if any of them is watching this, I just want to say thank you so much. So make sure that you talk to the school that your kids go to. Like my kids' school is just amazing. Even when I'm having any kind of trouble, I will always run to them and tell them, if anything, if you see my children are distressed in one or the other, or if there's questions they are going to ask, please talk to me. But this is the situation I'm in, and they've been amazing. Like I said, my dad, he's been so amazing. He's always around the boys. He comes and takes them and spends the whole day with them, and I'm very, very grateful because I usually say I'm a fantastic mom, but I can never be a father figure or a father in that case. All right, so the third point is routine. Hey parents, let me tell you, I've seen myself thrive with my parenting through routine. What do I mean? I mean, have a routine that works for you. For instance, my kids are usually in bed at a certain time, they eat at certain times, they shower at certain times, they read at certain times, they have their screen time at certain times. And I find that when they're very young, it's important to give them routine so that they can have a sense of responsibility, especially when it comes to their time. And then now bonding time, whether you're around or away, just make sure you spend some time with the kids. For instance, I'm going to particularly maybe even talk about maybe parents who are not there with their kids, but we live in the 21st century, this technology. Make sure you spend just enough time with them, bonding, asking them questions. And I'm going to do another video on the kind of questions we should ask our kids every single day. And it helps them open up, and you learn how they think and how they feel, or, whatever they're going through. And so for me, I have come up with a very, very nice routine. I'm honestly very privileged to be doing what I do, so I'm able to dictate my hours. So by 4 p.m. every day, I'm home to help my son with his homework. I'm saying my son because Kai, who's in kindergarten, happens to be very independent, and he literally learns like this, and he's already started his homework. For kindergarten up P1, what they do is coloring and all that, so he doesn't have a lot of difficulty with that. But Lexi needs so much help with his homework because Grade 2, your moms, dads, hey, aunties, uncles, grandparents, guardians, you all know how this CBC is. So I really make time for that. I help the kids, because usually I'm like, if only my parents were able to do what I do. Like, I think I could have been so much further in life, especially career-wise, because I feel like the minute a parent validates their children and listens to them and spends quality time with them, there isn't a greater gift than that. And then when the kids are young, especially below the age of 9, they're still very dependent on you, and later on the independency comes in and you won't be able to spend as much time as you would want. So please take advantage. It's okay even if you're tired. Put your phone away for only 15 minutes, 10 minutes, have a routine, shower them, read for them a storybook, go hang out with them before they go to bed, make that call, make that video call. There's no excuse, just make time with them, okay? Point number 4, but I have 10 of them. There is always, again, a possibility that parents are separated. They could be not together, they have a nasty fallout or a nasty relationship. I usually say, and it's never too late, please talk positive things about the other parent to your kids, regardless of how they are, because kids never forget, and kids will make their own judgment. All right, I'll give you my own very, very, very personal example, and it's not what you're thinking. My mom and dad went separate ways when I was, I think, a year or 2 years old. And I've grown up with my mom, and I don't remember much in terms of my mom talking bad things about my dad. She really, really never did. If anything, the mistakes that my dad made, he made them directly to me. So I was able to, I'm the one who judged him from what he did other than what my mom told me. So I give my mom so much credit for that. My mom, by the way, she's a very liberal woman. She's, to date, even the times I've not felt like talking to my dad, she's the one who is like, no, talk to your father, that's your father. No, nothing will ever change the fact that that's your father. And years later, I'm having a very restorative relationship with my dad, and he's there for me, and I'm able to pick up his calls and talk to him and hang out with him. And honestly, in as much as I missed out so much on having a dad, I'm not too mad at him at this point. But thank God I had amazing father figures in my life. I know this father figure thing, yeah? I had amazing father figures in my life. I grew up very close to my grandfather, who is my mom's dad. He passed away when I was 13, 14. Kuka, rest in peace. But that man really took care of me. I was his favorite. And I know this for a fact. Kuzos, Waleni, but Goka, I was his favorite grandkid. We were so close that I would not leave his side at any point. Even when he passed away, I could tell I was, yeah, anyway, let me not digress. But I've had my Guka, and then I had my uncle who took me up as one of his own, and he really, really took care of me. If at all, I remember he took full care of me, including me living in his house, him paying my school fees, and doing everything for me. Have positive conversations regardless, and kids are very resilient. Kids don't need to hear bad things about their other parent, no matter what or how bad the relationship, unless the relationship is, unless there's yeah, hey, especially when they're young, just protect them, even no matter how you feel, and they're gonna judge for themselves. I have, and yeah, sometimes it is what it is. Now, point number 5 is very short, but this one is take parenting classes. They are readily available in your churches. There are books, there are some schools, that like the school my kids go to, they offer parenting classes, and honestly they are so effective because I've learned how to handle my kids as per their ages. I'll give you an example. I used to think Kai, when he was 3, which is about a year and a half ago, I used to think he's a problematic child. Like, I used to think he's such an angry 3-year-old, and then I realized it's actually a stage. And the minute I started treating him the way he is, like a 3-year-old boy, we bonded so much. In fact, I just saw the tantrums melt away. So whenever he like throws tantrums, or he used to, because he no longer throws them, I'd approach it with love, like, what's happening, Papa? You know, because like I call them teenagers, 3 going to 13, teenagers, still babies. They can't express themselves, but then they still want to express themselves. So the only thing they end up doing is like the tantrums. 2-year-olds, pretty much the same thing, but 3-year-olds understand better because you're able to ask them, how you feeling? And so they say, sad, I feel sad. And you ask him all these questions, and later on you realize that they need more love, that they need the punishment. So yeah, take parenting classes, seek them out, and trust me, you're gonna thank yourself later. And be very intentional. Point number 6, yeah? Forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself. It starts with you. The minute you carry all that self-loath, I'm telling you, it's going to reflect on your children. You cannot, there's no way on earth you're going to even fake it, because children are a part of you and they absorb your entire energy. And I noticed it. In fact, I had to go through therapy, and I learned self-forgiveness. It took, let me tell you, it's very easy to forgive other people, but forgiving yourself, that's the hardest thing. And I am yet to understand why, but it's because I think you're the only person who knows yourself. Other than the way God knows you, you're the only other person who lives with all the darkness inside you, intentions, and whoever you are. And that's it. If you don't forgive yourself, honestly, it's going to reflect out. So seek therapy, find ways to forgive yourself and work on yourself, and you'll see, you become a better parent. That will become a better partner. You become a better employer, even to your nannies, because everything around you carry that energy with you. In fact, when I started that journey, I noticed my kids becoming very peaceful. Even today, if you're around the boys, they are so peaceful. And that's what everybody says. Oh my goodness, they're so peaceful. They're so handsome, they're so peaceful. It's like top of the list, and I know why. And true enough, whenever I'm agitated and I'm feeling some self-loath, my kids absorb it, especially my firstborn. All right, number 7. Focus on your strength. Hey, mamas, papas, let me tell you, you don't have to have it all figured out. If you can focus on what you're good at, be good at it. Personally, I'll tell you what I think I'm good at, because I'm still trying to figure this thing out 7 years later of being a mom. I'm a very good teacher. I love doing work with my kids. I love them. I love it when they're learning new things. I love doing trivias with them. I love making them read. I love teaching. In another life, I think I was a teacher, but of course I can only teach them. I can't teach other kids, but yes, and I mean, not teach other kids like that, but I can't be a teacher like in a class. But I'm my strength is in teaching my kids, because I love education. I understand it. I love education. So identify your strength, work on it. The rest, trust me, it's going to be settled. That's why kids go to school. That's why they go to church. That's why there's a community. Don't isolate those children. Let them learn from others. But bank on your strength and make it so that one day they're like, what's your mommy or your papa good at? And they'll be like, by the way, my mom is good at this. Make core memories with them, with what you're good at, your strength. Number 8, take one day at a time. Let me tell you, I'm a wreck when it comes to anxiety, like when it comes to financial anxiety, wellness anxiety, their future anxiety. I get anxious about my kids getting wives one day. I get so anxious, and sometimes I can ruin my entire day. And then you realize tomorrow is not even guaranteed. Take that day you have and live it to the fullest, like it's your last. And it has really, really worked. Of course, I don't figure it out often. In fact, I panic first and then I'm like, oops, God, what did I do? But yes, take one day at a time, and just, you can figure it all out. I'm constantly learning every day about parenting. And even this, like when it came to me that I need to do this video, is because a lot of people think I have it figured out, but it's not easy. But then I'm also very intentional about learning things, and of course protecting my children, by the way. Number 9, lead a healthy lifestyle. Also have a financial good decision making, and yeah, just be a responsible person. Kids will not mostly do what you tell them, they will do what you show them. What do I mean? For instance, if you're telling your kids, okay, it's dinner time, no screen time, but you're on your phone like this, these kids are going to rebel, because what else do they know? They're just watching and observing what you're doing. And it just takes a few minutes of that. The things you entertain around your home, the simple things that you have around your home, they'll pick them up. Show them how to be responsible human beings. If, for instance, like me, when it comes to sweet snacking, of course, for 2 reasons: because I know it's not really, really healthy, and of course some of these things are very expensive. I teach them how to be responsible, and they have to earn that. And even screen time, they have to earn it, and somehow you balance that positivity and now the good decision making, and then also give them that freedom to make their own decisions. For instance, when we have a free day of screen time, like Friday evening or Saturday, I usually don't let them stay on screen for more than 2 hours. So what I'll do, I'll tell them, guys, let's set an alarm, especially when the 2 hours lapse. So of course, kids, so I'll ask them, how many minutes do you want? And they'll say 20. They think it's a lot of time. And I'm like, sure, set your alarm, set it to 20, and they'll go to Google set alarm in 20 minutes. And as soon as that alarm goes off, those phones are in the drawer, like no questions asked, nothing. All right, so the last one will be, don't write off your future. Okay, you deserve a good life. All right, be a mom, be a dad, be a human, enjoy life, laugh, eat, make mistakes, fall, rise, because these kids, and you got to teach them by example. It's okay, but do not write off your life. I'll be very honest with you, I have those days where I feel like giving it all up, but I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, who will I leave these kids with? Who can impact them the way I am? Who can give them the values I'm giving them? Again, I'm not perfect, but I want the best for those children. Just go out there, just be yourself, live one day at a time, take some time off, don't have mom guilt, disappear for a few days if you must, or a few hours, whatever you can manage, and leave. These kids are not going anywhere. And then there's mom, after they move off to college, we're raising kids so that we can release them to the world. We're not raising them to keep them there. So live a little, go on dates if you're a single parent, have fun, be a girl, be a man, just have a good time, have a grand time, because Let me tell you, when it's said and done, there's you beyond being a parent. Okay, I hope I've driven my point home. And this point, it's a bonus point, point 11. I had not indicated it, but I'm going to end this vlog with this. Let's pray for our kids. Cover them. Pray for them. If you don't know how to pray, there are so many resources online. Be specific. Say, how do I pray for my children's protection, prosperity, health? Pray for these children. The world has so much evil, so much, and the only people who can protect us is our parents and us as parents. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will go and say, I've made it this far because of my mother's prayers, and it's so true. Our mothers, us as parents, our aunties, we have to cover these children. I'm going to recommend some channels on YouTube that can teach you how to pray for your kids. And one of them is called Grace for Purpose, and the other one is Life is Spiritual, by the way, by Bamboo and his lovely wife Erica. Oh my God, I've learned so much about how spiritual life is. Cover your children. Cover them when they leave your presence. Cover them even in your house, because you don't know who walks into your house. Teach them how to take care of themselves. Talk to them about their own personal self, so that nobody takes advantage of them. All right, I'm gonna leave you with that. If you have any tips on positive parenting, especially for single parents, please leave the comment down below. Let's learn, let's continue building this community. Next time my dad will join me, and we're gonna talk about fatherhood and all the missteps that a lot of fathers have taken, especially in the 21st century. I feel so sad. They say that Kenya is a fatherless nation, and I can see it because there are a lot of single parents, a lot of single moms. Let me be specific, and we can make a difference and bring up a better generation. Thank you for watching this far. I don't take it for granted. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I will appreciate so much. And by the way, reason why I've been dilly-dallying with the videos is because I shoot and edit them on time. I upload them, but guess what? They do not upload even now. Like, the videos which I uploaded 3 weeks ago, and they've not been uploading. If you guys have any tips on how I can take care of this, let me know. And let me show you. I hope my camera doesn't go off. You see, like, it's saying these 2 videos. Yeah, so I had to lower the quality to 720p resolution, and yeah, I'm so frustrated. By the way, if there's anyone with tips on how I can upload high quality videos without this happening, please give me the tips. And yes, I've tried good network, I've tried everything, but I love you guys. I'm out of here. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.